Hey everybody out there in the land of YouTube. This is Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. Right before I came on, I felt guided to make a sign. And I'll tell you what inspired me. First of all, let me know how you're doing. Happy Friday. It's time for our party. So I made the sign after I saw a little clip on Midas Touch. Was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. And the little clip on Midas Touch was Josh Shapiro with a bunch of school kids around him. If you haven't seen this, you need to see it. Yeah. So I'm actually looking to see if I can find it on Midas Touch just to show it to you. Remember Josh Shapiro ran against Doug Mastriano, the insurrectionist, violent white supremacist? Remember that? Hello, hello. So, Darren, I got your card today. Thank you. Much appreciate. Sending you love. Remember when Josh Shapiro was running against Doug Mastriano? Well, there's a clip on Midas Touch of Josh Shapiro surrounded by school children signing a bill that gives the school children breakfast. Did you see that? I'm just seeing if I can cue it up on Midas Touch. I mean, my heartstrings were just like, hey Cheryl, you're welcome. My heartstrings were so struck by seeing Josh Shapiro surrounded by school children, explaining to them that he was signing a bill, and he really was, making sure they understood. He was signing this bill that meant that they would get breakfast. And I just shifted. I just went into this, oh my God, we are having a massive deficit of remembering, thank you Darren, that there are really good people with big hearts doing the right thing in this country, and we never hear about them. I'm going to start writing to MSNBC about this. I'm going to start writing to the different networks, not that they'll pay attention, but at least I get it off of my mind. That's the reason for celebrate the beautiful, loving, kind people. And I know that kids that come from low-income families, I've heard many stories. I remember Marianne Williamson when I was following her in 2020 on the campaign trail, which I'm about to do again. She was talking about school teachers that came to her and said the kids in the classrooms were hungry. And they would ask the teacher if they had any snacks or anything for them. So to see Josh Shapiro, to see the love and the kindness and the compassion and the humanitarianism, to see that highlighted, but you had to go to Midas Touch to see it. It just shifted everything. So we need to start talking about the good people. We need to start talking about the people that are helping the people to get their lives, at least to help to relieve the trauma from the global climate change catastrophes that are happening on a weekly basis, for one thing. And I know there's probably so many stories about real, heroes that are helpers, and we need that. We need that. We need to hear about the good people. We really do. And thank God that Josh Shapiro won, and Doug Mastriano, which is like, you can't even think of more polar opposites. So grateful that he won. And Governor Whitmer also signed into law breakfast and lunch free to all school children. Yay! link about the free lunch program that Josh Shapiro just signed a bill for in Pennsylvania. There are good people in this country. There are amazing people in this country. The corporate-owned media wants us to be all about, oh, it's so bad, oh, Donald Trump, oh, he's so horrible, oh, listen to these horrible things that he says all the time, oh, he's such a criminal, and then, you know, I go and shut the TV off, or I don't have a TV, I shut off the news on my iPad as soon as they start talking about him having power. Donald J. Trump has no freaking power. I am just over the top. Honestly. ABC Nightly News always ends their nightly news with a story about good people. Maybe I'll tune in. But my goodness. It was last night's Midas Touch. You can probably find a clip of it. So just go to, let's see, the title is Trump's Nightmare Weeks Keeps Getting Worse, but they had that little segment. I'm done. I'm done with focusing on, you know, the horribleness. Now, we read about Trump. We read about what's going to happen. But let's not forget that that's not how most people are. Jay Inslee is also behind free lunches and breakfast for children. Dale's telling us, good, good. Hey, Damon. So, I made that sign really quickly. It just came to me. I needed to make a sign. More of that, please. More kindness, please. More caring about the children, please. We'll have some of that, please. I used to teach kids. I was a piano teacher forever. Oh my God, they just, we all were there. You're behind Manicotti. That sounds good right about now. The governor of Illinois. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, I keep up with the news, you know, the regular news on a daily, almost hourly basis, just to see if there's anything breaking that we need to know about, that we need to talk about, and that was a really good news story. If it does come up, I just kind of have Midas Touch running, and if it does come up and I notice it, I'll hold it up so you can see it. We're gonna come out of this. Yes, local government is very important to vote in. We're going to come out of this. We are going to come out of this winning when we are so deprived of love and kindness and compassion. When we're so deprived of seeing love and kindness and compassion and normalcy. When we are so deprived, we will all be standing up and screaming loudly and saying, we want more of taking care of the children. We want more caring. And this is what I want. I do want to show you this.
Washing machines and all of this stuff. I mean, the dishwashers, they were telling me
this is
you
what,
have to run it 5 times.
This is what Trump is talking about.
On. They end up using more water. I mean, the whole thing is crazy.
Do my Mark Levin impression just because people want
That was
You, sir.
sorry. That was a little clip of Donald Trump being interviewed on Fox by Mark Levin, and Donald Trump last night, I think it was last night or the day before, was being interviewed by Mark Levin. I think that's his last name, and he was talking about washing machines and water flow in the toilets and in the showers. That's what Donald J. Trump was talking about. And below it, you know, below the screen, it said, what do they call that? The chyron below him. It said Donald Trump talks about issues. So apparently all Trump is thinking about is the water pressure and the water flow in your shower and in your faucet and in your toilet. And you're watching this and you're going, next Trump will pull out a Sharpie. Next, what will he talk about next? And I'm watching this. He knows a lot about water flow after flushing those documents. All right, Terry, you win so far. With the humor. It's true. We were wondering why he had to flush the toilet 14 times. We didn't want to really get into, TMI. But honestly, J for genius. Well, yeah, Sharon, that doesn't even make it onto your list of concerns for this country. Good Lord. It was beyond the pale. I could not believe it. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is ensuring world peace. I will show you. At Camp David, South Korea and Japan condemn China, agree to deepen military ties. So we have a very competent Joe Biden realizing that in order that we stay on the planet and we don't end up in World War III, Joe Biden is making sure that the other countries, South Korea and Japan, are on board and have strong relationships, and that they enter into agreements and they talk about what they'll do in case of this and in case of that. And we have competence in the White House. I know that I just ranted about how much they cover Donald Trump, and I understand that we really do need to follow what's going on with our judicial system. I watch so you don't have to. Yes, it's a public service. I do have to read. I think it's important that we watch that we watch what's going on with the judicial system. Singing Tree, you caught a live chat. It's really important. Really, really important that we follow what's happening, that we understand what's happening, that we understand what the 14th Amendment says, and Section 3, that, yeah, the minute you see 45 on TV, John, saying he hits his remote and watches something else, so do I. Yeah. So wonderful to have a mature, kind, smart president. We do need to follow what's happening, because we have to know how the system works. And according to the 14th Amendment, Section 3, Donald Trump is not eligible to run for president. So when we know more, then we can fight back more and, start writing and making our voices heard. I'm going to pull 3 cards. And just for the record, Joe Biden is our greatest gift in government. I mean, I thank the heavens every day that we're not in worse shape than we are. Block the propaganda. Well, I'm not really talking about the propaganda so much, Lois. I'm talking about more of, I agree, block the propaganda. Yeah, taking one for the team. I'm talking more about how out of balance the news is, because if you hear on the news every single day from the moment you wake up, 6 o'clock in the morning, if you hear from the news all the bad stuff repeatedly, day in and day out, if you hear all the bad things, and it's not balanced out with stories like Josh Shapiro and these other governors who are making sure the children that are hungry are getting breakfast and free lunch. And if we don't hear about those stories, we can just devolve into such hopelessness, and we really don't want that. I'm going to pull 3 cards about where Trump is at right now. I did a reading from the pier yesterday. If you want to see my videos that are outdoors, they're on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they're outside, weather permitting. I've almost gotten rained on a few times, but it's okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm pulling 3 cards about where Trump is at. I'm just using the Rider Waite right now. It was just right in front of me. Where Trump is right now. Interesting. I've gotten this before. He's looking for people who love him. He's looking for love in all the wrong places, Trump is. There's a lot of fast moving. This is kind of like the Eight of Wands is fast moving energy, and the Queen of Swords, this is indicative of some kind of a move made on the part of the judge to get him to not say very much more. But he's looking for friends. He's really looking for friends and support. But there's something quick moving coming at him from a powerful, powerful woman in the judicial system. I might need to look into more about that. It's getting a little warm. All right, let's look at a little bit more and into that, because that's indicating that there's going to be some kind of a move made to get Trump to shut the hell up. He's looking for love. I mean, the Lover card indicates that Trump is he's searching high and wide for people that love him. When will he stop with the threats? Well, that read just indicated that there's something coming that's going to make him be quiet. Now, the guides are saying that has something to do with why he... Remember I said when he said he was going to do this big reveal? What was he calling it? He was going to do a big reveal on Monday, and I said, well, it's a slew of lies that he's planning to say. But as soon as I heard he was going to do this big press conference on Monday, last week he said that, I kept thinking Infrastructure Week. When he kept saying it's going to be Infrastructure Week every 2 weeks, and there was going to be a new health care plan every 2 weeks, and it never happened. So lo and behold, he might be too busy to even show up in court for Melania's divorce action. She didn't file, did she? I didn't think it was the energy around the Monday thing. I mean, we were all like, go ahead. Let's see. I feel like part of that has to do with some warning from a judge. Yeah, it was like Infrastructure Week, right? Let's see. I know he talked to his lawyers. I do remember saying that before too, that the lawyers would, get to him. But when we think about it, what would have I think I did say he would back out. I have to go back and listen. Isn't it? It's so interesting that he backed out. Yeah, the health plan that never happened. So there was an Infrastructure Week that never happened, and the health plan that never happened. And his saying that he was going to do a big press conference on Monday had the same energy about it. It's like, yeah, right, in your dreams. So I'm just asking, because I'm picking up that there was pressure from the judge to the lawyers, which caused him to back out. Was that what happened? Yes. The Judge Chutkin spoke to his lawyers. If he had done that press conference, if he was going ahead with it, and he's not, he would have incriminated himself, because what I saw was he planned to it was like a chain of beads like this. It was like he planned to do one lie after another lie after another lie after another lie after another lie. I remember it was the I think it was the 10 of Pentacles that came up on that. So 3 cards about the some kind of gag order or some kind of repercussions to all of his threats. His lawyers were going to walk away if he appeared at that Monday event. That makes sense. But I feel the added element of the judge getting a message to the lawyers that he better not. And then I heard too, hi Diane, it's okay if you're late. What I heard too was there was something about hang on. There was something about the lawyers. What was it? It'll come to me. There was something else about Monday also. I'll come to it. Justice. Yeah, I do feel like the judges reached out. Judge Chutkin got a message to the lawyers. Yeah, definitely. I really feel that. And then the lawyers went, whoa. The lawyers went, we could be in trouble too. And actually, it was in their best interest to bail, to make him bail. Yeah, this is what else is going on with that. I was just asking about, did the order come from Judge Chutkin? Yes, it did. Yes, he's going back to his 2016 playbook. Well, we have his number now. The Emperor has no clothes. Ooh, these are big cards. These are big cards. He would have had it come. Yeah, he's a father of lies, like they teach us in Catholic school. Well, they did. I don't know if they do anymore. That Satan is also referred to as the father of lies. Yeah, please click the like button, and I appreciate it. Yes, it was some message from the judge. The Emperor has no clothes. This is what he planned to just lie and lie and lie. And I mean, from what I saw with the Fox interview with Mark Levine, if Trump got up there and spoke right now, it's kind of like, the old tapes. Thank you, Janet, I appreciate it. The old tapes that you could just play over and over and over. If he got out there and had that press conference, that's what it would have been. But it would have been more than that too. It would have been more than that. It would have been incriminated himself with the lies, and he would have issued threats. I really get that he was planning to issue threats. He doesn't have very much. The Mark Levine interview showed me that he has very little cognitive function. He's on a loop. And really, you have to see it. Yeah, I'm going to plug for Midas Touch big time, because you have to watch the show from last night. Because if you see that interview that he did, it makes you kind of feel really uncomfortable. Because it's almost like he doesn't have the capacity to think beyond water faucets and shower heads and dishwashers and gas stoves. It was, I gotta tell you, it was really unbelievable. Anyway, the King of Pentacles, this is the DOJ. Did you see it? Be grateful? Back me up. Tell me what you thought. It really made you so uncomfortable, and I think it made you so uncomfortable to see him talking about those things, because first of all, he was in the White House for 4 years. You were just like, oh my God. I mean, it gave me the heebie-jeebies. Made me want to fight even harder. It was so weird. It was so weird. I think everybody needs to see it. The latest interview that Trump did. And so let's take a read on the debates. I don't know. I just have to laugh at the pathos. Oh, he's getting way worse, Salty Chip. She's saying that, or he. Was he ever with it? It's way, he never was, but it's way worse. How do you know, John, is that factual? He says he had to cancel his speech on Monday because no one wanted to plug in the teleprompter. I think you're just saying that. So he could tell all his lies to the American public. He doesn't need a teleprompter for that. He's been saying those same lies. He's just been adding to them since 2016. Oh, it's really bad to see him speaking. Is Trump going to, we hear a lot of talk about the debates. I think it's supposed to be the 23rd. Linda, I'm just going to ask that question right now. Did you hear that? He did say he would skip the debate. You are right. What I want to ask about is he really going to skip the debate? And I believe it's scheduled for the 23rd. Does somebody know? Does somebody know when it's scheduled for? So the 23rd, Mercury goes retrograde. So, and he's going to surrender on the 23rd. Okay, we'll have to take a look at that too. DeSantis is threatening to gun people down. That's why I made my sign. Celebrate the beautiful, loving, kind people. Do you think that most people want more of this? Yeah, he plans on talking with Tucker instead of going to the debate. So let's see the way the energy is around the debates. Is he really going to sit out the debates? Is Trump real? Because he can change his mind at the last minute. He can change his mind at the last minute. Is Trump really going to take a pass on the debates? I get a no on that. I get a no on him passing on the debate, so we shall see. This could mean that he doesn't want to pass on the debates. Okay. Is he planning to change his mind to do the debates? Yes. Trump has declined mentally and physically. After that interview last night on Fox, the clip that I saw of it, Trump is not, he can't handle a debate. There is no way. There's no way. He cannot think on his feet. But also, Trump cannot stand to not be on the stage. So Liz, what I'm asking is, will he change his mind? Because he could change his mind. Will he be carried into the debate on a golden toilet? Yeah, that he has to flush 15 times. All right. From what we know now, is Trump going to do the debate? No, but I think he's planning. I think he's working it out in his head. He can't share the stage. That's what I meant to say. All right, I'm going to. Trump will surrender during the debate, so all the cameras will be on him. I'm pulling 3 cards about the energy around this. Yes, him following Hillary around during that debate. We'll never forget it. Even my dad said, like so many times, he said, that should have disqualified him. So I'm reading about the energy around Trump and the debate because he can say all he wants that he just has opted out of doing the debate. Right? He could say all he wants that he's not going to do the debate, but he has a very hard time not being on the stage. Oh, okay. Something's going to come down quickly on him. Which day did he say he was going to surrender in Georgia? It's next week. Why would the judge do what? Is Fox angry? No, I think they knew what to expect. So is he surrendering on Wednesday? Is that like, he's going to be arrested? Does anyone know what day they decided Trump was going to show up to be arrested? So I'm asking about the energy around the debate, and I really feel like there's going to be so much coming down with these different indictments that things are going to change around that really quickly. He's surrendering on Wednesday. Okay, so he's surrendering on Wednesday. They haven't decided yet when he's going to surrender. They have till Friday the 25th. They have till next Friday. So Wednesday or Thursday they're talking about it. They haven't decided yet. As far as the debates, the energy around the debates and Trump and what's going to go on there, something's going to happen quickly that's going to change the trajectory of things. So Wednesday is the day he's supposed to surrender again, and the debates are Wednesday night. This is complex. Something's going to come down quickly in the news in the next few days. Yeah, and it has to do with the judges. And the case in Georgia, Fonnie Willis. Kerry saying he will not debate. Well, I just pick up that he doesn't want to not debate. But he's not competent enough to debate. There's a big storm heading for California. I'm telling you, it's a weekly event. And as far as him running for president, if you watched, as far as him being on the ballot, if you watched yesterday, and this has been pretty consistent, my video from the pier, which is under the videos, not the live. Yeah, he can't handle anything that has to use his brain. I got that he's not going to be on the ballot. The reason that I got was because of the 14th Amendment. Actually. Yeah, he's lost a lot of his faculties. Just did the last fund go to the store and prep for the storm? Yeah, batten down the hatches in California. I don't think you guys are very experienced in hurricanes. There's so many questions we could ask, but you can throw a question up if you want. Want to see how the hurricanes are going to go? California storm is known as Hurricane Hillary. That could be telling. That could be a harbinger of things to come. Disney's issued a new court filing seeking new damages against DeSantis' administration. I've always seen Disney sweeping the floor with Ron DeSantis. Arizona's under a flood watch. I heard that. I heard the Southwest is under a flood watch. It rained so hard here today that I have my window open a little bit. Been seeing a lot of my landlady. Came in, barged into my office. I guess there was water leaking into the store downstairs. It wasn't, there was no real explanation for how the water got there. It wasn't me, I swear. So anyway, my point is that the rain has been really weird. Like, it comes down in sheets. Came down really in sheets, like fast and furious. What will happen in Las Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Maybe he's going to answer debate questions on Sean Hannity's show. Is he on Sean Hannity's show again? I wish they'd stop naming hurricanes after people. Alright, I'm diving into the weather. I'm going to go in. I'm going to dive into the weather. We will get to the point where people have more important things to think about than Donald Trump, like saving their lives. That's a more important thing to think about. I'm pulling 3 cards about the hurricane hitting the Southwest. It's just so bizarre. It's just so bizarre. Yeah, I feel like places will be underwater. What should they call them? They should number them. They should just number them. I think that's what they used to do. I mean, naming storms, naming hurricanes, and they name storms too, is a semi-recent development. This is people trying to protect themselves from the hurricane. Yeah. We're all under the climate change crisis. There's not one of us that won't be affected. It's just a matter of time. And we've all been indirectly affected, if not directly affected. Turn around, don't drown. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's really to the point where if you know that somebody's going to go out and it's raining hard, maybe stop them from going out and driving in their car. Yeah, the casino will be flooded. This is people in boats trying to get out of the floodwaters. And I understand that you're saying how much you need the rain. However, just real quick, the reason that overdevelopment is a bad thing, and I don't mean to insult anyone's intelligence, I'm sure you already know this, to have all that pavement means that the water doesn't get soaked. The water doesn't, there's nothing to absorb the extra water, and that aggravates the flooding. No, Las Vegas doesn't usually get rain. It's in the desert. Damon said the clouds are already here. Okay, so I got a lot of people in boats trying to get there, get to higher ground. This is freaky because after all that, people are going to have to, be resourceful and innovative to avoid damage and danger, or to lessen it. The sun, this doesn't really have to do with the weather. This has more to do with it's shining a light on what's going on with climate change. I mean, are we going to do this every single week? And how many times do we have historic, unprecedented weather? I often think about The Perfect Storm, which was written about this area and this big storm that came, and we lost boats, and that was 1991 that hit. And it was an anomaly back then. They called it the once in 100-year storm. Well, those once in 100-year storms are now once a week. So the sun is saying what's hitting California next is going to shine the light on how bad it is. I mean, how many times I've said, we're not going to do anything major about it until everybody's suffering. And I hate that it's that way, and I hope we can change that. I don't think Biden can declare a state of emergency until it's happened. But we have, I think Janet means a state of emergency. We're in a climate emergency. Yeah, we're in a climate emergency. Ice storm in 98 was bad too, Cheryl says, in Maine. But they used to be rare occurrences. And when they put all that asphalt and that paving down, stupidest thing ever, because the water has no place to go, so places flood. Let's look at Ron DeSatan. What do you say? I haven't called him that in a while. I've been saying Ron's going to be out of the race, presidential race. He's trying to make America like Florida. Oh, did you read The Perfect Storm? It was a very good book. I'm a big fan of Sebastian Junger. I had a little crush on Sebastian Junger. Okay. Is Ron going to be in the presidential race? Will he be in the race next month? No. Thomas has arrived. Get out your watermelon. This is saying that Ron DeFascist will not be in the race come September. Thank you for putting up my information. DeSatan is a dupa? What's a dupa? He'll cry during the debate. Is he in the debate? Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of it. Is he? Thomas Damon saying hello. The writer's strike, Warren, have you not been watching? I saw big shifts around the writer's strike in September. Towards the end of September. Oh, it's a Polish word for ASS, like a donkey? No, it's fine. It's fine, Warren. You can ask me again. Things change. I still see the writers going back to work in September. Big changes, compromises. They're going to have to compromise on the AI thing. Things have to be worked out because AI has changed everything. Dupa is a Polish word for your rear end. Oh, thank you. I don't know many Polish people. DeFascist! DeFascist, DeFascist, DeFascist. Every once in a while I think about how I never would have imagined, I always thought I'd be on TV, but I never would have imagined like 20 years ago that I'd be on YouTube with a channel. Reality check. We're on DeFascist. Ron DeFascist gets the same thing. He's looking for people that love him. He has a heavy, heavy, heavy burden. Now, I'm picking up about Ron DeFascist that there used to be people that loved him that he could count on that had big, 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 big buckaroonies. Yeah. Yeah. How about that? Oh, well, that's a really good way to be popular, right? You know, I think, you know, Ron DeFascist is like, when I get to Washington, I'll be slitting some throats. Oh, lovely. Yeah, let's vote him in. What the hell? Disney's, when he started causing that ruckus and, you know, messing with Disney, was it 2 years ago? Last year sometime? Right off the bat, I was like, there is no way he can win against Disney. Is he really going? No, I'm not talking about that wildflower win. I'm not talking about DeSantis wants to be loved. He doesn't even know what love is. This is not about that. This is about him. Remember, the cards aren't literal. This is about him looking for people that he can get money from. He's looking for people who love him. I got the same card for Trump. There's a lot of... DeFascist doesn't have the money to continue. He doesn't have the money to continue. He doesn't. Is he really going to be in the debate, you guys? Somebody confirm that for me? You just finished reading into the deep. I'm glad you're here. This is DeFascist not letting on that he doesn't have the money to continue. He's hoarding that information. Yeah. Gestapo DeSantis. You heard Monday about... Yeah, his wife... Casey, she is a hard woman. She's a very, when I think of Casey DeFascist, I think of DeSantis. I think of, you know, she has real authoritarian energy. DeSantis said he will debate Gavin Newsom. Let's ask if that's going to happen. Boy, would he lose. I've seen him, actually. I've seen DeFascist cry when somebody asked him why he was doing so poorly in the polling. He cried. The tears, I could see the tears. Is Ron DeFascist going to debate Gavin Newsom? No, I get a no on that. I get a no on that. I don't see a debate between those two. People who grow up without love can become dangerous people. Yeah, well, it's a really big tragedy. But there are some people who are brought up with no love that end up being wonderful, wonderful people. Let's take a pause and look at the sign. Celebrate the beautiful, loving, kind people. I'm going to keep that up there. Celebrate. He's not going to debate Gavin Newsom. I got no. I did pick up. Sorry, Trump showing up to booking was watch the. Yeah, I'm not following that. I did pick up that Joe Biden and Gavin Newsom were going to get together and work. I mean, the Biden administration were going to really converge and work on global climate change. Gavin's just trying to help the Democrats out in Florida. Well, you know, I mean, the people in Florida are going to have to step it up and they're going to have to take charge, right? The people in Florida are really going to have to take charge. And the thing is, Ron DeFascist is not taking care of Florida. I don't even know where he is. So the people are going to have to start taking over. And I see people like, for example, in Texas, Beto O'Rourke. I always see Beto O'Rourke continuing to help the people even though he's not the governor. And we need to read on Greg Abbott too. Boats will be necessary for the southern people in Southern California. Yes, that's what the card said, that there will be boats. So as far as Florida goes, it's really important that the people take over. Yes, they did get abortion on the Florida ballot. I'm like, should I read on Greg Abbott? Should I mean, I know that he just sent more migrants, more asylum seekers, I should say. Yeah, Beto won and Stacy. I know that Abbott just sent more buses. He sent them to Southern California, where that big storm is coming. You don't think Beto lives in Texas now? Where did he go? I have a hard time believing that Beto is not in Texas. All right, Trump, DeSantis, Tim Scott, Pence, Nikki Haley, Chris Christie, Vivek, oh, he's a piece of work, and Burgum, I don't even know who that is, have qualified for the debate. Yeah, the government in Texas is criminal. All right, I'm gonna read on that. I'm gonna read on Abbott and, you know, continuing to bus asylum seekers to California. And they're about to get hit with a huge storm. I keep seeing the DOJ coming down on him. But you know what I get about that? Guns. I get guns. I get threats with guns. That's for entertainment purposes only. When I ask about why Abbott's getting away with it, I get this is what I get: threats with guns. Like yeah, you try it. Entertainment purposes only. Okay, Greg Abbott, what's going on? He's kind of got people, like, there's so many things that are unprecedented. It's just that there's not a protocol set for what do you do with governors that don't have reasonable conversations with the federal government about, you know, immigration and all that. They're just still trying to figure out how to approach this. That's what happened to Beto. Interesting. Yeah, so I pick up the reason that Abbott's getting away with this is that, and this shouldn't be the case, but we have too many guns in this country, is that he threatens back. I wish I didn't see that. However, love will win. This is the people of California doing the right thing. I see the federal government coming up with new ideas, new options. Remember when DeFascist sent the asylum seekers, kidnapped them and trafficked them and sent them to Massachusetts? The good people of Massachusetts showed up and fed them. That's going to dominate. I mean, if they're going to keep sending the migrants, the asylum seekers, on buses to more northern states or California, if they're going to continue to do it, we don't believe in having people suffer. Yeah, I really, this is Abbott. Is it the AR-15s, the threats? Is it that? Is that why nothing's been done? Yep. I think we have to face the reality of that. Can't believe we had people in cages either. In fact, I have a song I wrote called Rise Up, and it starts with that. The first line is, I can't shake the vision of the children in those cages. I promise you guys, I'm gonna have my music available for you to listen to soon. I also have a song about climate change. Maine took in a lot of asylum seekers. So what I actually see is, because these fascist governors keep doing that, sending asylum seekers on buses to say, oh, go over here, you know, they have jobs for you. I actually feel like what's going to dominate is people, the good American people helping them out. Because how many of us are here because our ancestors were immigrants. Almost all of us. Please hit the thumbs up. I need support. I need support. Throw a question up. Yeah, we're a melting pot. And I'm telling you, there are a lot of beautiful people. Think about it. James, yeah, we're all... Unless you're a Native American, you're an immigrant too. You're the son or daughter of an asylum seeker too, right? Hello? The good people will dominate. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I like how you report that you did your homework. Joe Biden's infrastructure, the Inflation Reduction Act is going to be a game changer. We do have to get messaging. I'm going to read about Democrats' messaging. Is it going to improve enough to make a difference? If I hear one more person say that Joe Biden's too old, I'm just going to start yelling. Okay, this is what the guides are saying about the Inflation Reduction Act. Thank you for the donation. Much appreciated. Interesting, Betty saying that. It's the infrastructure, the Inflation Reduction Act, which includes many buckaroonies for global climate change. Thank you, Lois. Is starting to, this is like, it's coming out slowly. It's like, you can't just have a project, a new infrastructure project or a manufacturing place, a factory. You can't have it like right away. But incrementally, as it's coming out, Joe Biden becomes very strong. And I see the Knight of Pentacles. I actually see somebody, I wonder if it's Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Took me like 2 years to be able to say Buttigieg. I'm probably still saying it wrong. I'm seeing some energy around Mayor Pete. And, well, that makes sense actually, because I'm reading on Biden, I'm reading on, the Inflation Reduction Act. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's coming out in dribs and drabs right now, but people are going to start to notice. The roads are better. I mean, you notice it in your town, right? Thomas, no bottle drop yet. You notice it in your town when a road has been a big mess for the longest time. I know there was a huge giant hole that I kept driving my car into, and then, a couple weeks went by and they fixed it. And you notice those things, right? People will start to notice. Well, Judge Chuck can lower the boom on 45 for violating her orders about not violating any federal safety. Yeah, we read about that earlier, but I'll recap in a sec. The Biden administration is going to just start shining like a beacon, like a lighthouse, and people are going to notice. Yes, I love when Biden calls out the repugs for voting no and then taking the credit. Honestly. Yeah, I see somebody, well, it makes sense that I'm seeing Buttigieg being highlighted here, because that infrastructure bill, huge. It's a big effing deal. It's a BFD. And it makes me happy to think about it, especially that there's climate change technologies in that bill. Or in the act. The Inflation Reduction Act. I love the name of it. A couple days ago, I felt like Marjorie Taylor Greene was really, really nervous. I feel like she's losing sleep. I feel like she's having anxiety. Matt Gaetz is putting a censure. He's trying to put a censure on the judge in D.C. We'll look at that. That's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're gonna read on her because she's showing up as. I feel like Marge knows that Jack Smith has a lot of evidence that has her name on it. and that she's not sleeping very well. Marge is full of anxiety. Yeah, Mayor Pete. I'm wondering, because I'm seeing Mayor Pete, you know, and him, like, with Biden, and, you know, I'm kind of seeing them hanging together, working on, you know, some new projects, and it's... I feel like he's going to start shining brightly. Pete Buttigieg. By the way, oh, John, thank you so much. You're so generous. Warms the cockles of my heart. Thank you. Thank you so much. And all you who've donated, you guys, you totally rock. I'm feeling the love. That's what I'm wondering, Warren. I see Mayor Pete. I feel his energy so strongly. It's like I see him really shining. And I see Pete having a much bigger role. Yeah. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, yeah. This is Marge. Keep coming to 20 on Tuesdays. Grassroots of Democracy. We have a guided meditation for a healed America. Looks like it's working. This is Marge. Oh my gosh. I didn't pre-pick these cards. I don't do that. The only reason I don't bring the camera down is there's going to be a lot of back and forth. Wow. She's in big ass trouble. Let's read about Mr. Gaetz, shall we? Justice. Ten of Swords. I've told you all before. The Ten of Swords is like... And then the Two of Swords. Ten of Swords is everything bad coming at you all at once. That's what that is. The City Hall clock just chimed 8, so I'm going to just let you know what I'm up to. Yeah, thank you so much, John, and thank you, Darren. Hang on, I'm going to grab my board, since I have it. Okay. Life-changing tarot readings. I haven't used this for a while, so I haven't really updated it. I just noticed it was behind my chair. Get a reading. You should get a reading. It's fun. Whatever's going on for you, we can work it out. We can straighten it out. We can make your life better. In a reading, you have a clairvoyant reading, a little bit of astrology. I'm not an astrologist, but I do pay attention to your sign and all that. Mediumship, tarot, life path, past lives, relationships, and more. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. That's where you go to find out everything that I'm up to. It's really, I'm up to too many things to tell you all about all of them. This has changed. We're having a course called Seriously Psychic. Ouchie, why? What happened? We're having a class called Seriously Psychic. And it starts on September 23rd. I moved it up a day. And get ready for psychic season. It's coming. 6 Saturdays for 90 minutes each Saturday. We're going to cover how to do all these things. Psychometry, which is reading like jewelry and objects. Clairvoyance, automatic writing, channeling. We're going to do all those things. We're going to we're going to develop our psychic skills together. Go to my website, PsychicAnnetteDion.com. These dates are not quite right. And it's called Seriously Psychic. I need to update my board. Grassroots of Democracy. On Thursday we have discussion groups. On Saturday we have our work session. That's tomorrow. On Tuesday we have a 20-minute guided meditation for a healed America. During that meeting, if people want to stay, we go over the readings from Church of Spirituality, which is live streamed at 1 p.m. Eastern Time every single Sunday. If you watch Church of Spirituality, it makes your life better. I promise. Please subscribe and share and hit the thumbs up. Become a member. There are perks. If you become a member, there's some really fun perks. There's more, but I always forget. Oh, we have to support YouTube too. Warren's just mentioning that YouTube takes 30%. It's okay. If you ever prefer to send a check, it's underneath in the description. Thank you. Thank you for hanging in there with my commercial break. Alright, what are you guys doing tonight? Is anyone going to have some fun? Anybody going to have some fun tonight? It is Friday. Oh, by the way, I'm not moving until December. It got pushed up. Let's read on Jack Smith, shall we? Yeah, you can send a check. It's in the description, but it's box 5295. Gloucester, Mass. The zip is 01930. Lois says she's having fun now. Well, good. That's why we're here. It's a Friday night party. If you become a member, you're at the 2 upper levels. You are invited to a psychic party the last Saturday of the month. Battening down the hatches. We know what that's about here. You have to update a syllabus for the class you teach. Good. Go get them. Okay. Jack Smith. How's Jack Smith doing? Oh yeah, Marjorie Trader Green. We were going to read on Matt Gaetz. We'll do that after we read on Jack Smith. Yeah, 10 of Swords and 2 of Swords and Justice for Marjorie Trader Green. She knows. I think she kind of senses things. I do. I know she's dumb, but... Jack Smith. Jack Smith is holding his cards close to his chest. Warren, what kind of question is that? Will Pinnochio be reelected? You're kidding, right? You're joking. Jack Smith is holding his cards close to his chest. He has Trump shaking in his boots. And the Empress is, this is the United States being on top. This is a DOJ having a slam dunk case against Trump. A slam dunk against Trump. Pinnochio will be working in the jail kitchen. We can read on him. Jack Smith is holding his cards close to his chest. He's got Trump shaking in his boots. It's a slam dunk against Trump. It's the Empress of the United States. We're sitting pretty. I mean, we have to keep our eye on the ball. We have to keep meditating, sending the DOJ white light, sending the Biden administration white light, keeping those prayers going. 45 wants his Georgia case to be pushed out to April 2026. That was to make a mockery of the court system. You do know that, right? Now I'm reading on Jack Smith right now. Yeah. Holding his cards close to his chest. He's not going to do the reveal until it's time, like Fonnie Willis. So there's more coming about Trump. Matt Gaetz is coming up. Yeah. Chutkan will keep to January 2nd. In fact, I wonder if Judge Chutkan is going to push the trial. I did read on this and I got yes. Marge is probably hiding under her bed. Yeah, and Darren says Jack Smith reminds her of a knight. He prosecuted war criminals. He usually comes up as a Knight of Swords. He usually does. Is Judge Chutkan going to push the trial date from January 2nd to sooner because of Trump's bad behavior? I feel like yes. Yes, I do remember when Trump wanted to invite the Taliban to Camp David. I do remember that. I'm telling you, it's amazing that people would want him to be president. They're in a cult. I have to keep reminding myself. And now Joe Biden is using Camp David for a good thing because Japan and South Korea, the presidents they're getting together to make a plan to keep world peace and to fight back on China trying to take over the world. I mean, this is big stuff. A Donald Trump con man, salesman, loser is just like, we won't even think about what would happen with the second Trump reign. Matt Gaetz. Japan and South Korea are actually working together. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. It is amazing. Joe Biden is, we're so lucky. We are so lucky. Trump is pure evil. Let's see. Matt Gaetz. Let's read about this. So Matt Gaetz is trying to censure Judge Chutkan. I think he's just making the, I don't even think he knows what that means. Michael the Archangel is working hard. Taryn. Michael the Archangel is working overtime. He's probably like getting the other archangels to come in and help. Matt Gaetz. Yes, your resident psychic said that 45 was Benito Mussolini in an earlier life, and his punishment in this lifetime, because he didn't do better, was that he'd never know love. Alright. The angels are working overtime. Archangel Michael's working overtime. Matt Gaetz. So he wants to censure, you know, and honestly, when I think about, he's messing with a federal judge. What the heck is wrong with that? I won't rant. What's his fate? Jack Smith was a commander-in-chief during the Revolutionary War. He was George Washington, according to my psychic read on Jack Smith. And a lot of the troublemakers that are illegitimately in our government were Confederates. Pelosi said 45 is a sad puppy. That's right, she did say that. I know, that's what I'm saying. Just how can Gaetz censure Chutkan? She's not a congressperson or a senator. So the reason he's doing that is, I mean, they're really, has anybody noticed? They're really banking on the American people being really stupid and just believing everything they're told. And, you know, I can't say that that's not the case in a lot of cases. Is Alexander Hamilton helping to defeat 45? Oh, we have a lot of energy from ancestors and founding fathers. Don't think we don't. We just go back to my July 4th channeling sessions on my Under the Lives. Matt Gaetz. He's going to be sorry that he did this. We knew how utterly unqualified for office Trump was too. We were horrified, believe me. Some people got fooled, but now we know. When is Matt Gaetz going down? It's hard to say when. He should be in jail. But there's a lot of big money passing hands. And we'll do a little read on big money and whether big money is going to get out of our politics. We should have never let it in. That was the demise of America. This is Matt Gaetz. He's going to be sorry he did that. What time zone am I using for my personal readings? Eastern time. From 1 to 6, because I do this at 7. But I could do a reading after this too. We're going to be so happy that Matt Gaetz has so much evidence against him that he's going to pay the price. This is him. He's especially going to be sorry that he's trying to censure. You have one scheduled. Good. Good. I'm looking forward to it, Catherine. He's going to be sorry that he declared that he was going to censure Judge Chutkan. I'm telling you, these judges must be like, I could squish you like an ant. Honestly. In a manner of speaking. I didn't make any tea. We're not doing tea leaves tonight. I'm drinking tea, but not in my cup. I want everyone to think about that just like it's up to us to vote in elections, just like it's up to us to vote in elections, it's our civic duty to to work to save democracy. It is our civic duty. We all must participate, just like we all must participate in our elections. It's never been more important. Let's take a look at the Supreme Court. Let's take a look at the Supreme Court. Oh, and check out the podcast with our resident astrologer, Kathy Beal. I need to go listen to that, that we did on Tuesday. We're now doing Spirit Talk podcasts on right around the new moons and right around the full moons, just if you want to check. Yeah, there was some great, and it's a political read on all the cast of characters that you want to know more about. Kathy has low numbers and I have low numbers, so help us to get that up if you can. All right. I'm reading on the Supreme Court. Are there going to be changes in the Supreme Court? I mean, changes for the better in the Supreme Court. Oh yeah, they're gonna. Clarence Thomas is being beat down, and not just him. Gorsuch and Alito too, for all the billions of dollars worth of gifts that they have received. It's in the billions. They're gonna get worn down from all the revelations. Not from the pressure, not from the revelations that they cannot hide it anymore. This is the United States of America being victorious. The Queen of Cups, Ginny Thomas's crimes are going to come to the surface. And I've seen this before, and I'll tell you again. I see Clarence Thomas slinking, remember the slinky? Slinking away with his head down. It's just a matter of time. Time is a little hard to predict, but he's going to get worn down. Clarence Thomas is going to get worn down. And I actually feel like he's hiding his anxiety about it. Impeachment. I pick up that there's somewhere that it says that Supreme Court justices can be impeached. Will it be an impeachment? Interesting. Very interesting. I see impeachment. Wow. So maybe perhaps they're not above the law. Hello, Yogi Bear. Wow. I'm getting like the spring. I'm feeling the spring time of year. And I know we all get like, oh, we have to wait that long, we have to wait that long. Let me tell you something. Remember the January 6th committee and how long it seemed like it was going to be before they investigated January 6th? It did take forever. It should have happened sooner. But then all of a sudden it came and went. The law is not above the law. Yep, the Supreme Court's not above the law. Really. You feel for the lawyers who present cases to SCOTUS knowing how corrupt they are now? I feel sorry for Ketanji Brown Jackson. She's such a pure spirit. And Sotomayor. I mean, I think Sotomayor got like some bagels. Somebody gifted her with bagels, and so she reported it. Bagels! And Kagan. Yeah, right. I mean, they if they get gifts, I mean, they're writing down, I received bagels and cream cheese, and Clarence is over there touring the world in billion-dollar yachts. Ginny's going down. I was kind of surprised to see that, but I saw it. Maybe they're going to send Ginny to Guantanamo, because that's what she wanted to do to the Democrats. She wanted to prosecute Biden. Yeah, bravo for Ketanji Brown Jackson being willing to serve. Is Ginny Thomas going to serve time? Alright, well, I take the pendulum with a grain of salt sometimes because it seems too good to be true, but Ginny Thomas is... I don't get that she's going to get away with the ploy to overturn the election. read on the general outcome of the January 6th trials. Congress put them there, you think, okay, maybe I'll change my question. Yeah, the African American community is inspiring and the women are inspiring. Women in general, and especially African American women, very inspiring. Fani needs to be on the Supreme Court. You know what? There are certain people that, you know, everyone thinks, seems like people think, like, is Jack Smith going to be on the Supreme Court? Is Merrick Garland going to be on the Supreme Court? You know, and it's like, Fani Willis on the Supreme Court, but you know what? If you have done that amount of work, you've pretty much done what you came here to do. I see jail time for Ginny. I see jail time for Ginny. It's not years, but she's going to jail. I haven't asked this in a while. Will Trump be sent to prison? I get a yes. I get a yes. I get a yes. Fani is where she needs to be. So what I feel is that, you know, like Jack Smith, with all that he's doing, does he really need to do another job after this? Really? Because people were asking, Pinnochio, if anybody's new, where will Trump be in jail? I've always seen him under house arrest. Well, let's just ask. Will it be house arrest for? Will it simply be house arrest for Trump? I'm feeling like things are kind of changing. The things are kind of shifting. That at first they were thinking house arrest. Is it going to be house arrest rather than prison for Trump? No. I think it's going to be prison. I think things have shifted around. I think things have shifted around. The more crimes that have come out. So when I read on it before and I was getting house arrest, it's shifted because there's so much more that's come out since then. I feel like I have a gazillion more questions, but I have to narrow it down. Because it's already 78 minutes. He's done a lot. Trump has done a lot more than we know. That's for sure. Oh, thank you for being a member. Become a member. When you become a member, Trump doesn't have a phone. Angela. When you become a member, you get a daily affirmation Monday through Friday. It's a great way to start your day. I get them because I wrote them. You get a daily affirmation. Become a member. At any level, you get a daily affirmation. Yeah, Jack Smith should get the rest of his life off after this. And, you know, and Fani Willis if she wants it. Pinnochio. What's his fate? Pinnochio. He's such a liar. This is his fate. So if you're new, Pinnochio is George Santos. He's got some difficult times coming for him. It's just a matter of time. The King of Cups. I see Kevin McCarthy losing power over the George Santos situation. People are still asking where Trump is going. To prison. Is he going to Rikers? Not going to Rikers. I don't know. What are the choices? No, I'm not getting house arrest. I am no more getting house arrest. Now I'm getting Prison. Yes, Matt Gaetz is going to get it too. These judges are not happy. That's for sure. George Santos is gonna. I'm actually gonna read on Kevin McCarthy. Walter Reed. I don't know where Leavenworth is. I don't know my prisons. I'm not up on my prisons. Is he going to a military prison? Is Trump going to go to... No, I'm not getting a military prison either. Lompoc is considered a low-level camp. Is it in Kansas? Camp Lompoc? Send him to Mars with Musk. I'm getting Lompoc. What's Lompoc? Super maximum security? Is he going to a super maximum security? Yeah, it looks like yes. Alcatraz. Pray for the jurors and judges. Always. We always are. We always do. Underground ticket to the park. Sing Sing. I'm getting the Lompoc. I'm getting Lompoc. Is Trump going to be sent to a federal facility? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think Walter Reed is just a military hospital. Okay. Kevin McCarthy. We haven't really heard much from Kevin McCarthy. He's a little lost soul right now. Not that he isn't always. Marshmallow, Kevin Marshmallow, hostage of the house, McCarthy. You never knew Sing Sing was a real place. I know, I think that was a joke. As was Alcatraz. Trump would be all alone. I have picked the hermit card repeatedly for Trump. Kevin McCarthy. Somebody hopes that he goes to Mars with Elon. Just for the record, he's not fleeing. Trump would not fare well in a foreign country. He wouldn't have people waiting on him hand and foot, for one thing. And the guys are saying there's a lot of things that Trump is not able to do, like drive a car. What about protests when he's found guilty? We might save that for Monday. We have to be willing to absorb what occurs. There's many, many, many more of us. Remember my sign, celebrate the beautiful, loving, kind people. There's way more of us than there are of the violent people. Way more. So we have to kind of roll with it and trust that we'll be okay. Kevin Marshmallow. I'm saying Marshmallow McCarthy and I feel like making a s'more. No campfire tonight. It's been raining a lot. Will Trump roll over and kick dead? Just asking. Well, the cards have indicated that that's a possibility. Thomas, why are you putting aliens up there? Alcatraz is said to be haunted too. It's closed, right? Yeah, I'm sure it's haunted. Kevin McCarthy. Well, what do you know? Here's Kevin McCarthy like he's just stuck. That's why we call Kevin McCarthy hostage of the house. Yes, sirree. The Two of Cups. Believe it or not, Kevin McCarthy is going to be so ruined that he's going to be looking for some kind of a compromise, and it looks like it's a stepping down compromise. Kevin McCarthy is going to be so between a rock and a hard place. He's going to be looking for some kind of a compromise, and I feel him stepping down. This is a United States of America card. He cannot handle the job. And I'm not sure how it's going to come out, but he cannot handle, Kevin McCarthy cannot handle the job. He doesn't have the bandwidth. He doesn't have the intellect. And I see him needing to negotiate an out. That's so interesting. The United States democracy is victorious. You guys are really obsessed about where Trump is going to prison. Wait and see. So interesting about McCarthy. Well. You had a Trumper tell you they made up. Oh, you know what? Let's read on this. I've seen Hakeem Jeffries as Speaker of the House. I've seen that. I've definitely seen that. I want to read on the consciousness of the American people. Remember, just like I started with, and I was talking about seeing Josh Shapiro sign into law that the kids, as they surrounded him, the elementary school children, and he was explaining to them what he was signing that would give them free breakfast. The American people are going to crave kindness so much. It reminds me of that quote about war. You know, people will want peace so... I'm paraphrasing. I don't even remember who said it. People will want peace so badly that the governments are going to just have to give it to them. People are going to want love and kindness so badly, we're going to insist on it. So I'm reading on the general collective consciousness of America. We're going to make it, people, especially remember where you focus your attention on increases. Don't forget. Focus on the good people. And I wish the news was covering the good people that are helping the people of Maui, the good people that help people in the aftermath of hurricanes. I wish they would do that. Josh Shapiro is a wonderful person, Mimi Rose, and can you even believe Mastriano was even in any competition at all? It's about America. It's about families. It's about us coming together. It's about us participating in our democracy because it's our civic duty. The generation coming up is many Gen X's that are eager to vote. They're the reason that there wasn't a red wave tsunami during the midterms. The younger generation that's now voting age, they're going to change things. All of us together are going to change things. But this is a generation that grew up with school shootings. And they are seriously not going to take it anymore. King of Swords, that's a strong president. This is a democracy that's working again. It's just a matter of time. Our job is to hold the line and keep the faith. So important. So important. And that's the way it is. I'm going to start saying at the end. And that's the way it is. This is Annette Dion. Make it a good night. Who said that? Yes. Yeah. They entertained us long enough. We're done with the bad entertainment from the Trumpsters, and we got this. Yep. Send out good vibes. Yeah, so, and also, join Grassroots of Democracy. If you have a schedule that doesn't allow you to come to the meetings, sign up anyway, because you'll get the copious notes that our friend, it's all going to be okay. That's what my shirt says. Terry, who's in the chat, helps us to put together, well, she does it. She puts together all the notes. You will get all the notes, and so you can work to save democracy on your own. Saving our democracy is our civic duty. We fell asleep, but we're woke now. So there it is, and that's the way it is. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out. And schedule-wise, on tomorrow we have Grassroots of Democracy, our work session. Please come and sign up at grassrootsofdemocracy.com. On Sunday, every single Sunday since 2020, December, I've had Church of Spirituality live stream at 1. If you watch Church of Spirituality, you can watch it now after this. It will make your life better, I promise. 20 on Tuesdays, our guided meditation for a healed America. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com to sign up for that. Please become a member. You get great perks. It's really fun. And sign up for reading, psychic.AnnetteDion.com. That's all I have for you tonight, and that's the way it is. Namaste. Walter Cronkite didn't say that. See ya. Thanks, everyone.